So a couple of weeks ago, I made a video talking about how much I love white shoes. And one of my favorite mutuals left this comment right here. So of course I needed to deliver, but then I quickly realized like this video is going to be a little bit more involved than usual. So buckle up, y'all. Here's my official white shoes romance recommendation list for people that are just trying to get into it. Now I got this broken down into categories because the white shoes trope is on such a broad spectrum. It crosses like many genres. So I got my list broken down to 3 categories. The plot heavy white shoes. These are going to be the books that are very like plot driven. They have more intricate world building. They lean a little bit more epic fantasy. The next category is something I like to call palate cleansers. These are just the smutty little fun time books. You know, the ones that you don't really want to take too seriously. They're just like overall a good time. They may not be a literary masterpiece, but they're still very entertaining. The third category I'm going to call hybrids. These are the ones that are a little bit of a mix between the two. They're still super fun, spicy good times, but they also have a little bit of a plot going. First up, the plot heavy books. We have Iron Widow. We have a morally gray, ruthless FMC, and this is more of a poly romance because the 2 male main characters fall in love also. Then we have The 100,000 Kingdom by N.K. Jemisin. First of all, it's written by N.K. Jemisin, so you know that plot is going to be plotting. This is definitely leaning more epic fantasy, and it's also a poly romance. I also really like the gender fluidity we got in this. One of the characters is actually a guy with both the female form and a male form, and they kind of switch back and forth between the two. Next on my plot heavy list is Legendborn. The love triangle in Legendborn is definitely leaning more white shoes. This is a YA, so there isn't any spice, and plus Bree is underage, so like you don't really want any spice anyway. But this book series is excellent. Okay, on to the palate cleansers. First on the list is Bears in Mind. This is a super fun small town romance. So this is a reverse harem with bear shifters. This series starts off with homegirl's husband coming to her, asking her for an open marriage, and really he just wanted like permission to cheat openly. He had already been cheating on her, but he just wanted to openly be able to do it now. She hated the idea, but she like reluctantly agrees, and he's over the moon. He thinks this is just like the greatest idea ever until these like fine ass bear shifters come into play. And now all of a sudden, this isn't fun for him anymore. He just wants his marriage back. This next one is a white shoes I actually recently finished. It's called The Scent of Us. This is an Omegaverse white shoes. So there are 6 guys, and it's kind of like a reverse harem and a poly romance because like half of the guys are actively in a relationship and they're bisexual, and then the other guys are just all about her. This one took me by surprise because it is the cutest, most coziest of romances, right? But the spice is so filthy. It does deal with like more heavier things because she's a domestic violence survivor. But when she meets these guys, they're like blushing from holding hands, and it's just so freaking cute. And then when they start getting spicy, it gets so freaking filthy out of nowhere. I ate it up. I loved it. Not to mention that some of the guys are bisexual, so they're just like sword dancing everywhere. Next, we have Her Monstrous Beast by E.P. Bali. I really enjoyed this series. I had so much fun reading this. Like, I was laughing out loud nonstop. And even though I have this in like my palate cleanser category, the plot is definitely moving in this. And now for my category of white shoes that are somewhat in between. We have The Order of Scorpions. This is a standalone white shoes. It's a dark fantasy with a pretty decent plot and is very, very explicit. Next, we have Sea of Ruin. Sea of Ruin is one of those books that I don't hear many people talking about, and I really, really wish more people will read this. This is one of my absolute favorite poly romance books. It's a historical fiction pirate romance. We have 2 notorious pirate captains, the FMC and her husband, and the third is the Commodore of the Royal Navy and notorious pirate hunter. Then we have The Lost Sentinel. This is more of a romantasy, and it's a reverse harem. There is a ton of action and fight scenes in this, and it's very fast paced. Lastly, we have The Night and Her Moon. This was my first white shoes where there was 2 FMCs. It's not so much of a poly romance. They have more of an open relationship, and they pursue romances like kind of on the side, but them 2, they're the main romance. Well, I'm going to stop my list there because this video is already pretty long. Let me know in my comment section, what are some of your favorite white shoes that I haven't mentioned already?